Chaos. I am your host, Chris Cortez, and tonight we are covering the G1 Climax Night 3, held on July 18th in the Yamagata Sports Center, located in Yamagata, Japan. And right off the bat, let's talk about it. Pretty good show. I enjoyed it. There were really, no bad things to say about each match. Every match was great. Every match had something to offer. Really exciting. I was just, you know, watching each match, put in the notes, try to highlight a few things, to keep a kind of focus. I don't want to just kind of, go over my notes and just, run over every single move. I want to try to get into, some key, points. I'm still covering the matches. I'm still going to hit every. I'm still going to read off my notes, but I want to be able to highlight some things so that I did. Uh, yep, allergy season is still in effect. Nose is congested, but feeling pretty good. Other than that, and I got a surgery tomorrow at 12 o'clock. Let's just hope everything works out. Got to check in the morning. So I figured I'd get this one last review in. Okay. Um, Honestly, those last three matches, Okada versus um, ELP, great match, great match. It was good from beginning to end. Sanada versus Shota Umino, hats off to him. Wow, it was a draw. I was very surprised with. Oh no, sorry. Sonata's was not a draw. The draw was um, YOSHI-HASHI. No. It was Ren Narita versus Yota Tsuji. My goodness. I but that fifth match, it was very fundamental. Like like I said, I can't have a bad thing to say about each match. Um, but the last three were intense and a lot going on. So I really just want to get into these matches and talk about them and wrap things up. Let's finish it up. I know it's a little late. Uh, my wife is sleeping right now. Hopefully, I don't wake her up. She's got work tomorrow. A lot of people are still in the real world working, while many of us teachers are out summer break, trying to enjoy their ourselves, kind of learn new things about us, and see what we can do. Hey, it's G1 Climax. Okay, let's get serious. So let's start off with Kaito Kiyomiya versus Chase Owens. Okay, both coming off a victory. Okay, they've faced each other before, according to Kevin Kelly. Owens reminds me kind of a bigger, tougher Charlie Day with longer hair. Okay, no offense, but that's a good look for you. People have confused me with Charlie Day, especially when I talk like this, yeah, kind of like this. I'm like, yeah, it happens. So nothing wrong with Charlie Day. They shake hands. However, Kaito does so begrudgingly. Okay, he turns around, goes to the corner, and that opens up for Chase Owens to strike him in the back. Um, the bell sounds. Okay, they run the ropes. Arm dragged by Kaito into a nice drop kick and a pin attempt. Another arm drag. Owens strikes back, but Kaito delivers a body slam and an elbow drop into another pin attempt. Owens presses Kaito into the ropes and is deflected back. Owens uses the rope to choke and fishhook Kaito. Pin attempt by Owens. Stomps to the hand of Kaito and some joint manipulation here and there. It was pretty surprising. I like that. Back suplex into a pin attempt and a headlock. Knee to the back and taunts Kaito. Okay. Then strikes him with forearms. Kaito starts to rage up. He's like, getting pissed off. Okay, so he delivers his own forearm, and Owen strikes back again. Goes to the ropes, gets caught with an arm drag. Kaito then delivers some running elbows and a springboard forearm. He goes to the top for a missile drop kick, delivers. Kaito looks to hit that tiger plex. But Owens counters with elbows, runs to the ropes, and almost got caught with a drop kick, but he holds on to the ropes. We see that quite a bit in this night. Okay, I've been seeing it more and more. I like it. Smart thinking. Kaito hits the mat, and Owen delivers a nice kick to the face. Combo to the corner, back suplex. Pretty sweet, right? I like that. Owens, he does that back suplex to the corner, then a back suplex to the mat. I like that. Pin attempt only two. Package pile driver attempted but blocked. Owens strikes and tries again, gets countered into a back body drop by Kaito, who then goes for his shining wizard, misses it, gets thrown to the ropes, and then a rebound Death Valley driver. Look cool, okay? Could have been a finisher, okay? Owens, when he delivers it, what he does, he lifts up he kind of like throws Kaito onto the ropes and bounces him back into the Death Valley driver. It looks cool. It has a lot of momentum. I'd like to see that again. Package pile driver countered into a roll up, a high knee. That's only a two, a high knee and a sit down Uranagi slam by Kaito, and then he hits that shining wizard pin for the 1, 2, 3. Again, it's a fundamental match. I liked it. Great way to start the show. So, we're off to a great start. Here we go. Great Okan versus Kenta. And I thought, let me stop right there real quick. I did think Kaito was going to win. He's now 2-0. Okay, he's got 4 points. I've been watching the chats. People are thinking this guy's going to take it all the way, and it's going to be a big surprise coming from Pro Wrestling Noah. It could happen. He's a great pro wrestler. I don't think it's going to happen though. Okay, I don't. He is not my bet to win. So let me stop you right there. But I would have no problem if I was wrong. So we'll see what happens. And who knows? Great Okan versus Kenta. Um, I was thinking Great Okan was going to win this one. Kenta wins, and let's get into it. I was wrong quite a bit for this on my little predictions here, but then again, I kind of told you that you can't. It's not as easy to predict these matches because everyone's gonna get lost at some point. If you, throw me in the comments section. Let me know if someone has gone like undefeated. So, anywho, Great Khan versus Kenta, both looking for their first victory. I love Khan's entrance. Put that in my notes that he has such a cool entrance. Comes out with that towel with a question mark over his face, and he's kind of like doing all these kind of body movements where he's like almost like a robot mime, like a mannequin almost on strings. Looks really cool, creepy. And then he pulls off that towel, and he's got his mouth guard with the sharp teeth. He's so cool. He's such a cool character. Um, Wish we had more of that type of energy and that type of persona in wrestlers. Bell rings, Khan going for a limb, but Kenta deflects and gets outside the ring to collect himself. Khan reclining on the mat, saying, "Come on, bring it," just relaxing. Back in the ring, Kenta rakes the eyes, okay? Shoulder tackle by Khan. Kenta powders back out. This time, Khan goes after Kenta. And the ref tries to stop Khan. Okay, this is an interesting moment. He tries to stop Khan, gets shoved into a post for his efforts. And I was thinking that could have been a disqualification right there, but no, the ref is letting a lot of things fly. But as a result, Kenta has the opening to strike Khan with his newly, I guess, Defy World title. I'm going to look into this title a little more. I'm sure if, you guys that are listening might know a little more about it than me. Not too familiar with what's going on with that title. Then he throws Khan into and over the barricade, does Kenta. He throws Khan into some chairs, then proceeds to kick him until the official tells him to get back in the ring. Kenta kind of moves forward like he's going to, but then hits Khan with a chair, stands over Khan and kicks him like he's got his hands behind his back and he's taunting him and kicks him. Pulls Khan by the braid back into the ring and right into a post before he puts him back in the ring. Kenta back to the apron, drops his leg onto Khan, who is still on the floor, proceeds to kick Khan. The count begins, and Kenta brings Khan soon after, okay, for a pin attempt. Khan sends Kenta to a corner. Kenta counters with a kick, runs right into Khan's grasp. Khan delivers the Mongolian chops and a fierce gut wrench suplex. Look good, sending Kenta in the air. I like that gut wrench by Great Khan. Kenta rolls out of the ring, so Khan follows him, holding on to his gut. He throws Kenta into and over the barricade. Okay, now giving him a receipt. He sends Kenta into the chairs. Okay, absolute revenge move right here. All right, he sets up a chair on top of Kenta's neck region and sits on the chair. Does Khan while crossing his arms. Very cool. Very cool. He then shouts at Kenta to add insult to injury. He slaps him in the face a little bit here and there. He puts Kenta's head through a chair. Okay, that opening, like through the chair opening, bends it over, closes it, and then just throws him into a wall in the arena. It was like one of those gates. It was pretty cool. Then chokes him with a cloth. Great Khan is just, you know, assaulting Kenta on the outside, just giving him everything that Kenta had given Great Khan. Back in the ring, back suplex by Khan and a pin attempt, kicked out. Khan applies the sheep killer briefly, okay, elbow to Kenta, and while avoiding running into the ref, okay, this whole time, Kenta's trying to throw Great Khan into the ref right here, and he misses. Khan, he goes to the rope a second time to attempt a leaping chop and gets caught in a DDT by Kenta. Psycho knee by Kenta. Pin attempt only two, and the 10 minutes are now up. The timekeeper is starting that about halfway through the match. Khan shoves Kenta into the ref, knocking him down, and Khan delivers closed fists right to the jaw while the ref's out just three straight punches and a tombstone pile driver to Kenta. Ref back in the ring, he looks to deliver the eliminator, gets caught in a guillotine choke. Then Khan goes for the eliminator again, gets countered into a Frankensteiner and a pin. Kenta holds the ropes, of course, for the leverage for the 1-2-3. So Kenta now 1-1. He takes on Ospreay. Khan is taking on ELP. He's 0-2. He should have. I mean, he looked like he was going to win this. Kenta just stole the win. It was great. Kenta was definitely kind of the aggressor throughout most of the first part of the match, the first like 5 minutes. Then I got to give it to Khan. They both had like a good amount of time to deliver their offense, and they both make me. I've always liked Kenta. More and more, I like Great Khan. I haven't, been as familiarized with Great Khan, but now I am more so than ever, and I can't wait to see more. So, I mean, they're doing their job. Very curious as to see what happens with Khan versus ELP. We'll talk more about that as we go into predictions uh, towards the end of this review. Third match, A block, Hikuleo with Jado versus Gabe Kidd. Okay, reminds me, I thought Khan was going to win. Kidd stole the win, so I was wrong on that. And here we go again. Hikuleo. He loses to Gabe Kidd. Now, we're going to talk about this after we do a quick review. Again, Gabe runs into Hikuleo just like he did against Chase Owens with a title, striking him in the back, attacking the big man. Hikuleo is like sitting on chairs. He grabs him grabs the chair and has a chair in hand, runs it right into the big boot of Hikuleo. Okay, so he stops him in his tracks, does Hikuleo. Who chops Kid, and then he's in control, is Hikuleo. He was about to launch Kid, but eyes get raked badly, okay, by Kid. And then Kid hits Hikuleo right in the face with the chair. Kid then piles up like almost a dozen chairs, almost gets choke slammed into the chairs, blocks that. Looks to hit a pile driver on Hikuleo, but Hikuleo hits a back body drop on Kid, right onto the chairs. It was a nice little spot. I liked it. Kid literally crawls back toward the ring. Finally, the bell rings, and Hikuleo does this hot shot, but clotheslines to Hikuleo in a pin attempt, a struggle to deliver a pile driver, and a backdrop body drop. Kid shouts, "What to Hikuleo? Like, what are you doing? What do you want?" Spits in the face of Hikuleo. Ugh. Hikuleo just bitch slaps Kid. Okay, like he owed him money. All right, like hard chop. Imagine getting chopped or slapped in the face by a like close to 7 foot tall giant. Um, Kelly said Kid might just have to adjust his style, and yeah, I think he does. He cannot just kind of strong arm Hikuleo. German by Hikuleo, and Kid runs right into Hikuleo's hot shot and clothesline. And here's where things get really interesting. Kid avoids a choke slam with strikes, runs the ropes, and right into what looked to be a power slam, but Kid looks to set up a back body drop. The result is really bad. It looked like a really bad looking botch, okay, where Kid landed right on his head even a little bit of his neck and shoulder. It looked terrible. Okay. Hikuleo appears to be checking on him as he's like choking him. He's like holding on to him, but you could tell he's probably talking to him, saying, "Hey, what's going? You doing all right?" I feel like the ref was also talking to him. It looked like a dangerous situation, but um, Kid just kept going with the match. Okay, chokeslam fought off, and Kid puts Hikuleo in something. He makes he puts him in a sleeper. That's right, and Hikuleo makes it to the ropes. Elbow strike to Jado. Uh, just knocks out Jado. Caught in a chokeslam, but a low blow to Hikuleo and a pile driver gets the victory for Gabe Kidd. Okay, and he's like flicking off everybody. He's saying "F you" to everyone. He's so pissed. This guy, I would be too with the botch like that. But you could tell he was doing okay, at least for the most part. So I mean, he could be injured, but he was able to power through the match. Okay, um, Hikuleo's young. I mean, I got to look up his age and whatnot. You want to put in the comments. He is young. He's got a lot. He's pretty great. Like he looks incredible, and he moves really well. Like he looks like he's got so much potential. But he's young. He's still got. He's the younger of the Gorillas of Destiny brothers. Um, he's got a long way to go. So you know, he made me think that he was going to win after his last match. I was like, oh, this guy could tear everybody up. But he's one of those wrestlers that is going to have to kind of contend with some of these other guys who are a little more experienced, and kind of my perception on him in this G1 has changed, but that doesn't take away the fact that he could, you know, totally, devastate someone in a match. It's going to be interesting. I'll talk about Hikuleo. Um, I'm wondering what's going to happen with him in his next match. Let me see who he's facing next. In July 21st, Hikuleo is facing Chase Owens. Okay, and Chase Owens comes in. Speaking of Chase Owens is coming in and starts to commentate. He's pretty good. He's kind of low key. It's just some of the comments. Keeps telling Kevin Kelly to shut up. He's like, "Shut up, Kevin," and like he's just kind of like being nice, but at the same time being a heel. It was pretty good. Um, Chase Owens could be going either way. I'd like to see Chase is 1-1. Hikuleo's 0-2. We'll see what happens. But Taichi versus Tanga with Jado. Okay, um, both coming in with a win. Taichi particularly high on his win over Ospreay. Okay, bell rings. They are not quick to lock up. Okay, but they do. And Tonga with the strength just kind of tosses down Taichi. Taichi chops Loa forearms Taichi, and they do this several more times until Taichi kicks Loa in the gut, runs the ropes, and they shoulder block each other. No budge first. Another two running kicks to Loa, who fires back with a kick that sends Taichi down and out of the ring. Loa meets him outside, and Taichi strikes but gets wheeled around into a barricade, but catches Loa's leg and rams it right into the steel post. Okay, kicks to Loa, and Taichi tosses him back in the ring. More kicks to the leg of Loa, so he's working that leg, applying pressure to the leg. At this point, Loa, a lot of people know Loa's injuries on his left knee. Torquing it back. It's very simple but effective. More kicks to by Taichi, half Boston Crab on Loa, makes it to the ropes for the break. Taichi kicks the face of Loa, who gets starting to get pissed, starting to rage up, and starts striking back. But Taichi lands a standing back kick and a pin attempt. Clothesline to Loa in the corner, and more kicks as Loa is getting really pissed. He tries to slam Taichi, who counters, but they both land hard on the mat. Slow to get back to their feet. Strikes by Loa. Clothesline in the corner by Loa. German suplex and blue thunderbomb for a pin attempt, only two. Loa is like bouncing around trying to relieve weight on that busted knee. Okay. He throws Taichi into the corner, runs to Taichi, who dodges him, and an enziguri. Kelly called it something else, but not sure what that was called. You're gonna have to tell me maybe in the comments what that move, what he called it. I couldn't like hear his pronunciation, but it's an enziguri basically along the ropes. Um, Same kick that hit Ospreay in the ear. Okay, back suplex blocked, but not the two more kicks to Loa, sending him down. And Taichi powers up to strip. He takes his pants off. He's wearing his speedo tights. Buzzsaw caught though, and Loa counters, attacking the leg. And Taichi hits Loa's leg while he falls down. Okay, both back up and they clothesline each other, but no budge. The second one hurts Taichi, and the third one sends Taichi down. Okay, nice. I like that little moment where they're just busting into each other. Taichi keeps going, but you can tell he's the one that's getting hurt. Um, Taichi is able to deliver a back suplex, however. Kick to the face, but Loa right back with a clothesline. Taichi with a roll up, only two. Spear by Loa. Thinking that I'm going to be right on this. Loa goes for ape shit, right? His finisher, but Taichi counters with that roll up for the pin victory. I was like, what? Taichi's 2-0 now, okay? Loa's 1-1. Loa's taking on YOSHI-HASHI. And Taichi, I believe, is taking on Okada. Yes. Man, both 2-0. Taichi's on a roll. Taichi's on fire. I mean, this guy gets on people like a squirrel monkey, okay? It's hard to fight him off. God only knows what's. I'm very excited about that match. Okada Taichi, your guess is as good as mine. I don't see Okada losing anytime soon. I was kind of scared. We'll talk about Okada, but YOSHI-HASHI, yeah, we'll also talk about YOSHI-HASHI. Nothing against him, so he could definitely win against Tanga. That's also an even match, so very much looking forward to it. I mean, and that's the thing about these is the G1 Climax. All these guys are very evenly matched. Okay, not experience wise, but for their athleticism, their and their intensity and their just talent. Okay, um, it's very hard to determine who's going to win. Chase Owens at this point now comes out, starts his commentary, um, and it was very interesting. So again, Chase Owens. I'm trying to think. Chase Owens is going to be facing Hikuleo. Uh, it's going to be. I honestly think that Chase Owens is going to win this one. Okay. And I actually. I really like Hikuleo. But Chase Owens has got that experience. I think they're both great. I have nothing against either of them as far as their abilities. I'd like to see Hikuleo win just because he's now 0-2. Chase Owens got a victory, but he's the veteran. He is the veteran. He could outsmart him, could teach Hikuleo a thing or two. We'll see. So, or maybe Hikuleo just completely overpowers him. That's the guess. I mean, that's what's going to happen. Either Hikuleo just kind of like, catches Chase a couple times and hits him with some devastating moves and it's over. Or Chase Owens will hit, um, you know, will use his tactics. So he's now commentating with Kevin Kelly. He's scouting. Okay, he's doing his scouting. A lot of funny comments by Chase Owens. Some things about how he just doesn't like anybody. Oh, do you like this guy? Do you hate this guy? He's like, yeah, I still hate him. Yeah, he's all right. No, 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 I still hate him. Does Chase Owens? He's pretty good. It's pretty funny. I liked it. So here we go. Fifth match: Ren Narita versus Yota Tsuji. I was not. I mean, I like Tsuji. I'm starting to like Narita a lot more. Wasn't as invested in this match as I was with some of the other ones, but this one did not disappoint. Okay, it went the full 20 minutes, and I, wasn't really, pressed for time on this. I wasn't thinking, oh wow, this is so like just dragging on. It wasn't really dragging on. It was just very fundamental. Um, they wanted to display what they've learned, as the young lions, and it shows. Okay. At one point, Chase Owens was like, "Oh, look, there's Shibata. What is he doing here?" As Red Narita was walking by, Kevin Kelly was like, "Yeah, I don't think he likes that." He was trained by Shibata. He's got a very similar look, very similar style, but yeah, it cracked me up a little bit. Excuse me. Oh, this congestion. Gonna blow my nose as soon as I'm done with this. Armbar. Let's start. Armbar by Narita to start. Reverse to an armbar by Tsuji. Another reversal by Narita. Okay. Drop toe hold into a side headlock by Tsuji. Side headlock takedown and counter to the head scissors. And they're back up to their feet. So, okay. Um, Fundamental. Fundamental. They lock up. Again, a clean break, then a chop by Tsuji, a kick followed by strikes, and a side headlock by Tsuji. Thrown to the ropes by Narita, a shoulder tackle by Tsuji. They both start to taunt each other. Okay, Tsuji catches Narita with strikes and more taunts. Narita strikes back and sends Tsuji out of the ring. Tsuji gets his bearings back and gets back in the ring, gets thrown back out again. He tries to jump back up to the ring, gets kicked right in the front face for his efforts, and down into the barricade. It was great. I like that. The count starts and Tsuji patiently just gets back in the ring at 13 and hits that Hurricane Rana. Tsuji goes for a suicida, but gets caught with a knee right in the gut. Okay, Narita, Narita just goes right back in the ring, hits him with a gut in the gut with the knee. It was cool. Narita continues the offense on Tsuji with kicks and strikes, makes their way to the corner, forearm uppercut, and a running jumping clothesline. Tsuji is hurt from the headlock against the ropes, and he is outside. Brought back in the ring at 16, but he strikes Narita, followed by a suicida, does Tsuji, and then throws Narita into the barricade hard. Okay, body slam by Tsuji and a splash for a pin attempt, only two. Chop by Narita and another. Tsuji fires back with another chop, but gets hit with a heel kick by Narita. 10 minutes to go. Running elbow to the corner. Suplex into a bridge by Narita. Looked nice. And then a headlock in a Cobra twist. Tsuji then flips Narita over. Knee by Narita. Forearms by Narita and by Tsuji. But a tilt-a-whirl backbreaker. Okay. Boston Crab by Tsuji. Okay. And so I believe, yes, the tilt-a-whirl backbreaker by Tsuji, followed by that Boston Crab. Narita gets the ropes for the break. Forearm strikes by Tsuji. And Stinger Splash by Tsuji in a power slam. Pin attempt only two. Yota gets those chants. Okay, people love Yota. I can't not stress this enough. Tsuji absorbs this praise. He's just like, bring it on. He loves it. It's like he's taking himself back to the college days where the people are just cheering his name. Yota, Yota. It's great. Suplex countered, but Tsuji strikes. Okay. Back body drop countered. Narita lands the German suplex. Pin attempt only two. Then a thunderbomb by Tsuji. Pin attempt only two. Yota chants continue. Okay. Curb stomp by Tsuji. A near fall, spear missed, and knee drives into Tsuji. Another near fall by Narita. Northern Lights looks impressive. Narita holds on to the arms. Okay, after he does it, and it hits this V trigger, a suplex, and Tsuji. Okay, while Narita's holding on to his hands, just pops this V trigger. Super kick and a headbutt look devastating. Tsuji's smiling, and then his eyes roll up, and he falls to the ground. That was like a spot of the match, definitely. Falls to the ground because of that headbutt. He hurt himself. Tsuji puts Narita on the top turnbuckle, chops him and kicks him, and Narita tries to put him in a submission, and the time runs out. Great match. It had a lot of good points, like good just progression. I was not bored. Okay, and my wife was sitting there too when I was watching this. She was like, "Wow, like what's wrong with him?" I was like, "Oh well, he fell over probably because of that headbutt." And we watched that little series of exchanges, that flurry of offense. We rewind that, watch that back again because it was cool. Um, I think Narita was. If I think what the story goes is that Narita was probably on his way to winning this match. As he was putting him in that submission. But he was up on the ropes, so he couldn't, the ref was not going to count or was not going to take like a quit or anything, like a tap or anything, because Tsuji's already on the ropes. It's a great match, though. I'm glad. I actually like it. I like draws in the G1 Climax because it gives credit to both wrestlers who are putting on hells of a show. Obviously, it's not going to do anything to kind of help them as far as a win would. Tsuji needed this. Okay, Tsuji needed this. Was, he coming out of that loss, and same with the Narita. So I'm glad, and for these two, that they both kind of walk out with a point. YOSHI-HASHI versus Will Ospreay. Okay, very much looking forward to this. Okay, Kelly mentions that equilibrium issue that Ospreay had and how it was kind of he had never seen that happen to anybody, and He's like, every time you see Ospreay, you're gonna get something new, and this is that I had never seen that. Immediately, I pointed that out in my last review for night one. That yeah, that was something I'd never seen either. Ospreay is an innovator for that, um, and it was great. It was great. It's much slower to start now. Okay, as Ospreay comes, they works the arm, does YOSHI-HASHI, headlock by Ospreay to the ropes into a shoulder and another headhunter by YOSHI-HASHI. Hashi uses that elbow and that forearm and the chops just bringing Ospreay down. Another chop, and these look like they hurt for real. To the ropes goes Ospreay, but he holds them and he holds the ropes. He's playing smart now. I mean, this match is definitely like built up by the first match with Taichi. He's being a lot more conservative, okay, and he is not being like arrogant at all. He's just he is playing it safe. Holds them very smart. Hashi runs and he is propelled to the outside, and Ospreay delivers the plancha, sends Hashi to the post and back into the ring. Ospreay now sending Hashi into the corners, a chop and with some oomph on it. Okay, looks like Ospreay is bleeding from his mouth. Strikes by Hashi, but Ospreay applies the Cobra Twist. Hashi counters with an arm drag, gets the drop kick to the knee, and a spike DDT on Ospreay's head. Looked vicious. Shoulder tackles from Hashi and a hard chop, then a kick and the neck breaker. He then goes off top and delivers the blockbuster. Looked great. Ospreay counters and gets a massive spin kick. Okay, it looked cool. Flying forearm by Ospreay lands. Ospreay goes again, but is held on by Hashi. Then a chop exchange. Kiyomiya kicks by Ospreay, just starts kicking him in the face. Forearms by Ospreay brings Hashi down, and Ospreay delivers that Os cutter. Okay, looked perfect. Picture perfect Os cutter. Pin attempt only two. Looked like Hashi was not getting up. For real. But he does. Hits that running blindside knee to the back of Ospreay just under 10 minutes. More kicks exchanged. Then Ospreay tries to hit Stormbreaker. This is a good moment here, but gets blocked and hit with a lariat by Hashi that sends Ospreay inside out. Then Hashi delivers the Kumagoroshi, basically a brainbuster. Pin attempt only two. Then hits a destroyer. Pin attempt only two. Any of those moves could have finished this. Okay, match looked devastating. He then goes for Karma, but Ospreay strikes to get out of it. Hashi is bleeding from the mouth as well. Now he fires back. Spanish Fly by Ospreay into another pin attempt only two that looked beautiful. Beautiful Spanish Fly. Hidden Blade counter. Okay, Ospreay sets up for a Hidden Blade, gets countered by a lariat and a kick to Ospreay, who's now on the top of a turnbuckle. Okay, so Hashi goes to meet him. This is a good ending. Goes to meet him, but however, once Hashi's on top, looks like he could have done anything. Could have done Frankenstein. Could have started like just pounding his face. Ospreay ducks right through his legs of YOSHI-HASHI, delivers this quick kick to the face as YOSHI-HASHI's head is down. Then lifts Hashi up over Ospreay's shoulders. Okay, delivers this power bomb. Okay, and then off the top rope he hits that corkscrew shooting star press for the 1-2-3. Great match. I mean, I called that Ospreay was going to win. He's not going to go 0-2. But nothing against YOSHI-HASHI. I mean, the guy definitely made it look like he could have won this match. This was a great match. Okay, take nothing away from either wrestler. Ospreay's now 1-1, I believe now, and now YOSHI-HASHI is 1-1. Ospreay even claps it up to YOSHI-HASHI. No arrogance, he just kind of all business is Ospreay. He takes on Kenta night 5. YOSHI-HASHI takes on Tanga. So I think Ospreay is going to beat Kenta. I think Kenta is now due for a loss, and Ospreay is going to win. And YOSHI-HASHI, I might want to. I mean, again, for me, when it comes to predictions, I'm thinking about how many times has this guy lost now? So can he afford another loss? Can Tanga afford another loss? I don't know. We'll see. But we'll get to Tanga in a bit. As Tanga, he let me think back to Tanga. Tanga just lost. He got one win, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. I have to look back at my match. I'm like losing track, but like I believe he's 1-1 now, right? So let's take a look at the first night. Um, the first night, what happened here? Who we faced? I'm trying to remember his match already. Yes, Kenta. Okay, Kenta and Tongalo beat Kenta. Okay, so um, Tongalo's 1-1. You know, I think YOSHI-HASHI's going to beat him. Yeah, Tongalo can afford another loss. Okay, YOSHI-HASHI. You know, he is, if I'm not mistaken, he was Yoshi-Hashi. He was in that first match against El Phantasmo. He's 1-1. So both are 1-1. So I got to give to YOSHI-HASHI. I think YOSHI-HASHI was just, on another level right now. He's getting better and better. I could be wrong. Tangaloa is great. So I'm giving it to YOSHI-HASHI. Okay, sorry for the delay. Uh, we go to Sanada. Okay, Sanada versus Shota Umino. This was a fantastic match. Okay, anyone who is got you know they're who's not a believer of Shota Umino, start believing, because this guy is just, you can just tell he is on his way to an incredible, fantastic, legendary career. I feel like Shota Umino is gonna get up there. I mean, I'm gonna say it, Tanahashi. He's gonna get there. Give him time. Um, People are like, oh yeah, maybe someone's like, oh, he just looks like Tanahashi. You're just saying that because of his look. No, I mean he's got that. That's a big part of it. That's like 95% of the business. Let me tell you. So, and can he deliver? Hell yeah. So he just needs to pick up get that experience, get some more character development on him. He's gonna be a superstar. Okay, make no mistake about it. But Sanada is top of his game. Okay, so wasn't expecting Umino to beat Sanada here, and I was right. Umino comes in from the side entrance again, and one of the things I really liked was this cool entrance that he was standing next to, this cool image that was hanging on the wall of all the participants of the G1, like these little vertical rectangle images of each person on the just lined up. It was cool. Um, I'd love to get that or find it online. Maybe use it as a thumbnail or something, but it's really cool. Standing next to, so he stands he comes out to the side, and he's a clear cut. He's such a baby face, okay, with the crowd. He's like giving some things to one child. Um, but everybody loves Sonata too. So bell rings, chance for show to reign throughout the building. Headlock applied on Sonata. Forearms by Sonata, but Umino holds on. Sonata pushes Umino to the ropes, but gets hit. Arm drag and a sliding drop kick. Umino is on fire. One of the things we're going to see in this match is that Umino really did have a lot of the advantage. He was quicker. He was getting more hits in and more strikes, but it's not just when he saw the moment, he seized on it, capitalized, and delivered. And when he executed his move, Sonata, you know, his impact was just that much greater. So that's what you're going to see. Um, so Sonata outside. Umino runs after him, gets suckered into a sliding kick. Uh, you know, they are back outside, and Sonata hammers down on Umino's back, but Umino throws Sonata through and over the barricade. So he then kicks Sonata and hammers down on him. Sonata strikes back, and they are exchanging attacks until Umino tosses Sonata into the post. Then a standing back suplex out onto the ring apron. Sonata is clutching his knee. He gets back in at 12 seconds into a pin attempt. Umino still in control, striking Sonata in the corner. A cravat choke into a neck breaker and pin attempt. Only one. More kicks in the corner, and throws Sonata into one corner, and that gives Sonata the opening for the back suplex. Okay, both are down on the mat. Sonata gets back up, lifts Umino, who then forearm uppercuts Sonata, then runs the rope right into Sonata's dropkick and a planche outside. So Sonata's outside. He starts calling to the crowd, and I'm like, as he's like getting ready to strike Umino on the outside, but this is his MO. I'm calling this like Sanada. He gets outside, calls the fans. But not this time. He throws Umino back in the ring for a pin attempt. Only two. He lifts Umino up, who blocks the attempt, whatever he was trying to do, Sanada, and lands a running back forearm. Shota Umino then throws him back to the corner and does the thing that he was trying to do before, backsplash, this time landing it, okay, into a fisherman suplex, only two, goes up top, lands on his feet, okay, as they're like, and then running the ropes, Umino hits the Huracan, okay. Outside, then Umino hits that somersault splash. Shota rises again. Shota chants rise again. Umino kicks Sanada, then holding his right shoulder and arm. Okay. And Red Shoes checks on him, checking on Sanada. Umino then works and yanks that right arm of Sanada. It's not common. You don't normally work the left side of the body. So really like playing into this kind of realistic injury that Sanada's had with his right arm and shoulder, and Umino just kind of exploits it. So I like that. Um, the count starts. They get back in the ring. Umino on top hits the missile drop kick and a pin attempt. Only two. Umino looking to hit a Uranagi that is blocked, so they strike one another. They run the ropes and a tilt-a-whirl. Okay, so now it almost hits Skull End. Okay, blocking whatever Umino is trying to do with that tilt-a-whirl. But Umino then hits Crossroads, and then Sanada, though, however, lifts up Umino onto the rope and hits a neck corkscrew that looked just brutal, and a leaping DDT over the rope. Okay, it looked sorry, I missed my body slam moonsault. Okay, by Sanada lands on his feet. Umino able to hit that exploder. Okay, running forearm uppercut and a leaping Umino hits that leaping DDT over the rope. Sorry, my mistake. Skipped my lines there. Sanada rams Umino into the corner. Okay, kick by Umino, and moonsault onto Umino, who is standing and almost hits his skull end. Okay, again applies it. But Umino blocks it and lifts Sanada, then just kind of like slammed him down. Okay, pin attempt only two, tornado DDT again by Umino, and a running corkscrew neck breaker. Sanada then lifts Umino and drops him into Skull End. Okay, Umino reverses into a package DDT pin attempt, only two. Strikes by Umino and a drop kick, pop up forearm. Kick to the knee by Sanada, but a drop kick by Umino. Rolls up, and Umino almost has Sanada pinned. It was a close call. 2 minutes left when Sanada hits TKO. Running knee, deadfall to Umino, and Sanada gets the victory. Sanada's 2-0 takes on Hikuleo. So, yeah. Oh no, my bad. You already beat. I was looking at the old night. Sanada will take on Yota Tsuji. Oh, a rematch from Dominion. Who knows? Maybe they'll give a victory to Yota. I'm not gonna bank on it. But going back to Shota, nothing takes away from Shota. I mean, the guy was just totally, delivering and displaying like just all his offense, so much of his offense. Probably still has a lot more in the cookie jar, but he was on fire tonight. Sanada just hit certain moves that would like I said, he was opportunistic, and then that last with those final 2 minutes left, Sanada hits TKO, running knee, deep deadfall to Umino, and it's over. Like you're not getting up from deadfall. Sanada, he wasn't, he did not have the advantage for most of the match, but when he had his points, that's it. So that's all it took. Nothing away from Umino. Okay, we'll talk more about Sanada and Yota Tsuji towards the end, and of course Shota Umino versus Kaito Kiyomiya. I'm giving it to Shota. We'll talk about that. Shota is ready to win a match. I believe he drawed with Narita, and now he's lost with Sanada. I think he's going to beat Kaito. Kaito's 2-0. Kaito's going to take it out. So that's my prediction. Last match, 8th match, Kazuchika Okada versus El Phantasmo and the Chicken Run Blast-O-Rama. No. It's the LP. LP puts a shirt on a kid. Gets the ELP shirt, and then the ELP chants. People love an ELP. I'm loving ELP. ELP is great. Okay, ELP is a great wrestler. All right. Um, so bell rings. They shake hands. Clean. Everything's clean. This match was very clean, but there are things that happen that are vicious. Okay, so we're gonna get right into it. Bit of chain wrestling. ELP gets the bow and arrow on Okada. Okada just flips over. They're back up. Okada chants, and then ELP goes ELP, and people start chanting ELP. He's like, yeah, let me cut you off there. Apparently, Kim Kelly says that it's ELP's goal to twist Okada's nipples right off. Okay, can't make this up. Not sure what he's planning to do with them, says Kevin Kelly. A little bit of a fuckery by ELP to Okada, like he's gonna do like a hard like chop to Okada, who's on the ropes, which would not be a clean break, but he's just kind of like patting him, messing with him a little bit, and Okada does not appreciate that, so he starts striking, getting crazy. But a forearm by ELP, and then hits those double nipple twisters on Okada. Okada is selling it like Okada is selling it incredibly well. He's like, ah, it was great. It was great. It was so bad, but it was funny. Okada just sells it like it was like he's getting electrocuted up in here. Great. Uh, just Huracan and a kick up by ELP, followed by a clothesline to Okada right out of the ring. Looks to hit that plancha, but lands on the apron, giving Okada the opening to just trip him up. So he does, and ELP hits that back. It's his back on the apron to the floor. Okada then hits that DDT onto the floor. Okay, just a vicious move. Okay, Okada does it. It's it's hard to think that someone's gonna bounce back from that. The whole time after that, ELP is just kind of clutching his neck and Okada just working the neck from that on. Okay, um, count starts for ELP, who barely gets back at 18 because he tried to get back to the ropes and falls back down, then gets back up, gets it at 18. I thought, wow, maybe this is just going to be like a crazy like count out finish, but he gets back in at 18. He's stumbling around, neckbreaker by Okada. Okay, pin attempt only one. ELP just clutching his neck in the corner, back elbow to the neck and head of ELP. Then a running elbow to the corner and another DDT. Pin attempt only two. Okada's just textbook academic. He is so methodical, and I love it. Like this is the best, in my opinion. This is the best Okada that I've seen. Okay, and I want to see more of it. Okay, I would not be. We'll get into this, but like Okada is performing on top. It's just on top of his game. Um, count starts. ELP comes to, gets back in 18. Like I said, sorry, I just missed my place there. Back elbow and cross arm choke. Okay, so he crosses the arms of ELP for like the choke hold, and then a chin lock. All neck related, applications. It was great. Um, ELP's able to strike out though once the chin lock was applied. Okada runs the ropes. ELP kind of changes directions, psychs out Okada, strikes him. Not really sure. It looked a little odd when he actually hit the strike because he's down. He falls down as well, and they're both down. And another kick out by ELP, atomic drop, and a chop, followed by a body slam and an elbow drop from the second rope. Um, Looks for sudden death, does ELP, but Okada powders out. ELP chases Okada, who grabs him and throws him into the barricade. a lot of suckering this night. Okada pursues, and ELP lands a leaping tornado DDT. Okay, it looked great. Okay, so ELP suckers and Okada hits that DDT. Looks sick. ELP goes for UFO, but Okada counters for the money clip. They're back in the ring now, but ELP counters with strikes to the corner. Okada lands this they call it elevation. It's a flapjack. Okay, shotgun blast by drop kick by Okada, forearms by ELP. It's the corners and running the ropes. Okada catches ELP with a beautiful drop kick. Another drop kick after a few strikes from ELP. German suplex, and after a few more strikes, ELP is fading. Okay, but yeah, he runs, but then he bounces back up and runs, and Okada goes for another drop kick. ELP just wises up, holds on to the ropes. It's a wise move. It's the wisest move of the night throughout the night, apparently many times. delivers that lion salt, looked beautiful. Pin attempt only two. Then ELP just basically delivers a Death Valley driver. Looked great. Sudden death. Um, hit. He kicks him with sudden death. Hits that CR2. Oh man, this could be it. Pin attempt only two. Okada goes outside, but ELP meets him with an incredible moonsault. So Okada bounces, powders out. Where does ELP goes right to the top turnbuckle, hits that moonsault. It was picture perfect, and it was timed perfect. Ah, I'm screaming. This is probably the loudest I'm going to get tonight, but I loved that setup. Okay, it was just picture perfect. ELP. It was just perfect timing. Okay, this is credit to both ELP and Okada. Okay, because they put themselves right in the position, and it looks natural. Um, so it was great. It was great. ELP throws Okada back in the ring. Okay, attempts the Thunder Kiss, but he's met with the knees. Okay, finisher attempt. Just a bunch of finisher attempts are countered. ELP does hit this tombstone, and goes for another CR2, but it's blocked into a landslide by Okada, and then that Rainmaker. 1, 2, 3. It's over. ELP, he's on the outside. He bows. He just gives a bow to Okada respectfully, and he's clutching his shoulder, his neck. It's gonna be how much of it is a sell, how much of it is real. We'll have to wait and see. But I really want to see ELP get a victory this time, like next night. Okada shouts, like he gets the mic. He started shouting 2 wins, and Chris Charlton's not there, can't translate, but for the most part, the gist of it is that he's looking to get his third win and get his three-peat of the G1 Climax to win 3 G1s back to back to back. And that was the night. Let's talk about. So clearly, it was a great night. It was a great night. Okay, just good matches all around. I was pleased. This congestion. It was definitely a nice, refreshing thing to take me away from the thought that one, I have this congested nose, and two, it's about to be surgically worked on tomorrow morning or afternoon. So it was great. It was great. Let's take a look, because I'm not gonna be able to do a review for night 3, but I will. We'll see. I'll try to do a review for night 4. Let's go over some of these nights. July. July 21st. Okay, let's talk about Friday, July 21st. That would be night 5. Okay, when these guys come back for their third matches. And thank goodness they have a good break. They have plenty. They have like 3 nights off now. It's about 2 nights. That's great. So for my predictions on this, I'm giving it to YOSHI-HASHI versus Tanga Loa. I'm giving it to Ren Narita. Okay, Ren Narita's due for a win. Gabe Kidd's 1-1, but yeah, giving it to Ren Narita. Okay, El Phantasmo versus Great Khan. LP and Great Khan are both 0-2. I don't know. I hope one of them. The good thing about this match is one of these guys is going to get a win unless it goes to a draw. I hope one of them wins. I'd be okay if they draw, but the good news is one of these guys is going to win. I think ELP might be able to kind of, outspeed, outmaneuver, outfinesse Great Khan. That might be the case, but you never know. ELP's hurting. Great Khan is going to exploit it. Okay, so, man. So if Great Khan wins, it's because he's going to exploit that neck. If ELP wins, it's going to finesse Great Khan. Hikuleo versus Chase Owens. I'm going for Chase Owens. Okay, but if Hikuleo wins, don't be surprised. He'll power over Chase Owens. Okay, so KENTA versus Will Ospreay. Will Ospreay. He's gonna win. That's my prediction. If he loses, I'll be surprised. Great if KENTA wins, but I'm going for Will Ospreay. Shota Umino, I'm going for Kaito versus Kaito. Kazuchika Okada versus Taichi. That's going to be a close one. I'm wondering if Okada's going to give the nod to Taichi, but honestly, I'm going with Okada. I'm not going to bet against him in any match, I think, at this point, especially at this point. But I'll be surprised if Taichi wins. I'll be surprised, and at the same time I won't be because I feel like Taichi is like on this crazy run. But I'm not going to bet against Okada. Sanada versus Yota Tsuji. Ooh, this could be the one that Yota Tsuji gets that victory to retaliate for Dominion. What happened at Dominion? But I think Sanada's going to win. I think that Sanada is going to win. Yota is 0 and 1 and 1. Um, so he's not hurting. He's not hurting too much. But he could use a win. Um, and it would say a lot if Yota beats Sanada. It would be like, hey, I told you I'd beat you, and I did. I should be the champion. Uh, we'll see what happens. Wondering if they're trying to get Yota Tsuji pushed to Wrestle Kingdom. We'll see. That match will say a lot about what happens. Okay. Same with the match between Taichi and Kazuchika Okada. I mean, Okada is looking to win this G1 Classic like no other. I mean, a lot of people will tell you that Okada's going 3 for 3, and I'm not going to dispute that right now. I don't think I cannot say that that's not going to happen. I mean, I would not be surprised. Right now, he's kind of my guy. Not just because the way he's been performing and the fact that he is just you know he is a clear cut favorite. He's favored to win. So, but Taichi, he's on a roll, and he's got a lot of momentum. Beating Will Ospreay, okay, beating Will Ospreay. He's beaten. He beat. Oh, I'm already losing my mind here. He beat Tanga. Um, and he beat him fair. Like he beat him like straight up. I'm just like uh, surprised to see what's gonna happen. Um, so he's also on a run. Um, let's look at tomorrow's. That's actually going to be 5:30 in the morning in my time, I believe, in my world, which is in a few hours. But I'm going to sleep after this. It's going to be great. Toru Yano versus Zack Sabre Jr. Going to be a funny match. I'm going with Zack Sabre. David Finlay versus Mikey Nichols. I'm going with David Finlay. Very hard hitting match. Very much looking forward to it. Jeff Cobb versus Alex Coughlin. I'm going with Jeff Cobb. But again, very hard hitting. Wouldn't be surprised if any of these guys, like, if I'm wrong. Eddie versus Evil. Ooh, I'm going with Evil. I'm going with Evil, and Evil's gonna fuck. Pardon my language, but Evil's gonna fuck with Eddie's head. Eddie's gonna be so pissed when he loses because Evil's gonna cheat to win, and Eddie's gonna be so upset. But um, yeah, I hope I don't I don't really care. I'd like to see Eddie win, but I think Kingston is definitely like gonna thrive in this environment. So he could very much stomp Evil in his tracks. But I think I'm gonna go with Evil. Hiroshi Tanahashi versus Shane Haste. I feel like Shane Haste is gonna win. I feel like Hiroshi Tanahashi is gonna go over 2. So Shingo Takagi versus Nare. Ooh, this is gonna be a brutal match. I'm going with Shingo. Shingo's coming from a loss. So is Nare, but I think Shingo could, Nare can afford another loss. I want Shingo to. I want Shingo. Shingo's a favorite of mine, so I feel like he's going to go into the. We'll talk about this. He's an excellent candidate for a C block finalist. Into the final brackets tournament. Goto versus Naito. I'm going with Naito. Okay, Naito needs that win. Tomohiro Ishii versus Tomatanga. I mean, it could go either way, but I'm going to go with Tomatanga. I'm going to go with Tomatanga. This is going to be a main event match for him to really highlight himself. Go with Tomatanga. So it's going to be a hard hitting match. Tomatanga, I think, he's got, he's on the rise. So another one that's kind of like a great candidate to go all the way to the finals, to the semifinals, I guess you could say. Yes, the quarterfinals. My bad. Quarterfinals into the semis, and of course the finals. But he's a good candidate. So, guys, it's right at about an hour. It's been great. I've had a lot of fun. I love doing this. So, despite my kind of low tone and kind of tired, I come off like I'm hurting. I'm really not. I'm doing great, and I'm excited to come back to the videos, to YouTubing, to do some reviews. I'm going to watch night 4 Probably not take too many notes or anything, but I'll keep an eye out, see if there's anything I should bring up when I get back. On that note, you guys enjoy the rest of your week. Tomorrow's hump day. Have fun. Maybe watch some AEW and night 4. A lot of wrestling of the G1. So, on that note, you have a good night. Excuse me. And see y'all later.
Within the Humanity. We with the rhythm, the nexus line of the